It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll be watching the Indiana Pacers playing against the Bucks in Milwaukee. Well, for the Bucks, they got their season rolling with a nice win in their first game. Now we'll find out if they can build on it and open with back-to-back victories. A lot riding on the shoulders of Miles Turner. We'll see him in action tonight. Shaq, do you think the young fella's ready to help carry this team?
You know, he's still developing physically, has a consistent motor, but his game is still a little uneven.
He's a new breed of center, though. He can block shots and space the floor. So potential impact player for sure.
Well put. And now we send you over to Kevin Harlan as they get ready for the opening tip.
Downtown Milwaukee is seen from the shore of Lake Michigan on a cloudless day. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. The Milwaukee Bucks come into this one after the win against the Charlotte Hornets. And just one look at the score tells you all you need to know. They were dominant in just about every area.
I'll tell you what, how efficient they were at scoring the basketball, especially for an away game, that was impressive.
Yeah, it was almost robotic, Greg, in this one. They filtered out all the noise and came in razor-sharp precision on the offensive end.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, Victor Oladipo trained with Dwayne Wade heading into last season. Now, Wade says you talked about not knowing the path of your career. Don't put limitations on yourself. The result for Oladipo was an all-star appearance. Kevin?
He's definitely on an upward trajectory, D.A. Thank you. One of the interesting storylines of this young season, Brent Barry, the surprising early development of a couple rookies in the league.
Early development of rookies is a great thing for a young team because all of a sudden somebody's taking the reins. And I think coaches always appreciate when a rookie comes in, he does the work in the offseason, all that work starts to pay off. But now rookies tend to start looking towards somebody else, or the team starts looking towards that young player as somebody who may be able to handle and carry the weight of the franchise for a little while.
Tip-off goes to Milwaukee. Platoon. Swap here for Milwaukee. Indiana making some changes. On the court for Indiana, Sabonis is out there with Leaf. Then there's Tyreke Evans. Then it's AI. And it's McDermott in at the three.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Just incredible flow offensively. Everyone's doing their part. Let's see if they can sustain this early momentum.
And it's the Pacers with the ball, following the bucket by the Bucks. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for Milwaukee.
And they haven't been able to exploit the three from the corner. Maybe some better ball movement would help open the floor and get that shot into their arsenal.
That's a good stroke by McDermott, looking to find opportunities like that. He has limitless range. Well, the Bucks with the superstar talent in Giannis Antetokounmpo, the critical decision this summer for selecting a new coach came down to a very qualified one in Mike Budenholzer, and with all the options out there, 9 coaching changes, I think that Bud saw the opportunity in Milwaukee as being a great one to push this team a little bit forward. The talent on the roster tantalizing enough for him to head to Milwaukee after his stint in Atlanta.
Here's AI following the bucket by the Bucks. Goes back up, and it's good on the layup.
Yeah, you've heard the term scoring instincts. Well, if you look it up in the dictionary, AI is there. There's a picture of that guy.
Now here's Henson. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Hornets in Charlotte. 1:16 left to play in the first quarter. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far. And Mike Budenholzer, the 2015 Coach of the Year, 4 titles, Brent, as an assistant in San Antonio. How do you like the fit for him now in Milwaukee?
Well, I think that the players are going to really enjoy the attention to detail that Coach Bud and his entire staff who are coming with him will put into place. There's an efficiency with which they'll get the work done. And they're going to have to be thinking on their feet, learning a new offense and some things fundamentally on defense that he'll get them excited about.
Here's Brogdon following the basket by Doug McDermott. Shot clock at 3. Goes up from the top of the key. Sabonis grabs the board.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Oh, man, he'd love to have that one back. He just does everything right, but doesn't get the finish.
Now, here's AI. Dishes to Evans. Screen by Sabonis. Off the pick. And again, it's Indiana converting.
That's a nice screen and roll. Anytime Evans is included, it's going to be tough for the defense, given how he can create.
Brogdon inside the line. From the top of the key, he buries it. Brogdon's got 8 points.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
And already the lead is significant. Excellent play on both ends.
Domination in the first quarter. It's and pronouncing Giannis Antetokounmpo's name correctly has been a challenge for many. Something he discussed.
The worst I've ever heard was my rookie year.
And the mosquito, definitely not a good comparison for Giannis.
Yeah, more like a condor. But that last name certainly has a lot of people looking for nicknames.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And for the Bucks here, they've been putting a show on, guys.
The chemistry through the roof, and it's allowed them to build this huge lead after one.
All parts are working together, even the guys who have not put the points on the board, making their subtle contributions.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court right now for the Pacers. Leaf is out there with Doug McDermott. Then it's AI. Then there's Tyreek Evans. And it's Sabonis in at the 5. From deep, Evans. Here's Leaf. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Leafs got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the Pacers. Stolen by AI. One-on-one fast break. Here's Sabonis. And he lays it straight in.
And that's just too easy, too big, too far inside. And that's as simple as it gets.
Bucks leading by 7. It's Brogdon on the wing. And Zeller kicks to Brogdon. The putback. It's rebounded by Indiana. They're getting their first look of the season at the Bucks in this one.
And they usually came out on top when these two teams faced off last year. No surprise, they're the better team.
Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. 13 feet away. And it goes for the 5th time and 10 shots for him this game.
Brogdon going up with a purpose now here on the interior. Malcolm Brogdon, a second-round pick. He won the Rookie of the Year in 2017. And maybe we shouldn't have been surprised at all. In Virginia, he was the ACC Player of the Year and the ACC Defensive Player of the Year. Solid foundation coming into the league.
There's Sabonis. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Sabonis has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Brogdon against Evans. Evans on the double team. Stolen by Evans. There's a Good screen. Leave passes to Paul. Chalk up 2 there. AI's got 6 points.
You cannot give players that kind of positioning, and the defense also late in trying to alter that shot.
Well, Brogdon, only the 4th player in NBA history, Brent, to shoot over 40% from long range in his first season in the league.
Well, he adapted pretty quickly to the step back and longer distance of the NBA three-point line. He was also smart enough to be selective with it. Had a tremendous year.
Pass to McDermott. Back to AI. Now the pass to Leaf. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Paul kicks to Leaf. McDermott for 3. Kept alive by Indiana. Sabonis. They shoot again. That shot missing. The Bucks go the other way with it. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that will be the middle game of this 3-game homestand. Henson with the screen. In the pass to Henson, and that one drops for him. He's got 6.
Pretty good awareness there from Malcolm Brogdon, capable of spotting the open teammate on that side of the ball.
Timeout called the Pacers.
A lottery pick back in 2012, John Henson has pretty much flown under the...
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks. Their lead. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the 3rd quarter. As we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there's a big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Lopez. Tony Snell comes in for Ilyasova. Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Chris Middleton. And Brogdon subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. O'Quinn dishes to Paul. Back to O'Quinn. He kicks to AI. 16 feet away, and once again off the mark by Indiana. For the Pacers, they come in off a loss to the Grizzlies. Antetokounmpo is out there with Zeller. Then there's Tony Snell. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon, and it's Dellavedova in at the 2 spot. That's the group for Milwaukee right now.
When you think about a coach looking into the eyes of one of his players and telling him to match up with Giannis Antetokounmpo and all the things that he brings to the table, that's a long night of restlessness before you match up. Press up on him, he'll blow by you in transition. He's at the rim in 2 dribbles. Tough to stop that kid.
And how about the efficiency Evans has shown in the paint? Once he's got his position, he's looking to score.
Here's the screen. Joseph against Antetokounmpo. Back to Dellavedova. Tries again. Shot by Zeller, no good. Indiana's gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the 3rd. Evans inside, and the layup's good off the glass. Evans has got 11 points. Antetokounmpo covers so much ground, Brent. He can almost go the entire length of the court in 2 dribbles.
Well, once he gets around towards the rim, his reach can make it seem like defenders aren't even there. Not just one defender, but multiple defenders. So it's unfair already, and you add that athleticism to what he can do. Wow, unstoppable offensive force.
Paul kicks to Sabonis. The 19-foot shot. The rebound by the Bucks. Zeller's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Antetokounmpo. Evans gets the rebound. Evans has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Down low. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo. Here's Holiday. He can't hit that time. Good D by Bledsoe. And for Sabonis, we all know his father was one of the best when it came to seeing the floor, Greg. As a big man, his passing game was terrific.
And skills like that go a long way in the NBA. Sabonis does all the little things that free up shots for himself and his teammates. Is starting to play with more aggression, and this is a guy that can be an all-star.
On the court for Indiana, they've got Leaf, also young out there. Doug McDermott is out there with AI. And it's Holiday in at the point guard. Just 4 to shoot. Paul passes to Leaf. Shoots over Henson. And the call will be against Thaddeus Young. That's foul number 2 for him. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Kicks it to Maker. To the middle. It's deflected. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
Now this is where he should operate. Henson has developed his skills, but has limited range.
Traveling has been a concern for the NBA for a while. For a purist like you, do you like that?
Well, you got to get from city to city, Kevin.
I don't think that's the kind of traveling I'm talking about here. Yes. I only ask you pay attention. That's all. It's a simple request.
Yeah, they're doing a better job. Some get away with it more than others. How's that?
What an answer. Thank you, Brent. No one covering.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, and then the fear sets in that you're going to create driving lanes that could lead to easy buckets. This is not an easy fix.
Here's Paul. And Henson pulls it down. Henson's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Certain guys can play within themselves and still dominate. You played along one of the best that you saw up close in Tim Duncan.
Well, one of the things I think about with Tim is how many numbers he left on the board, Kevin. The way that Coach Popovich played him, minimal minutes, touches when needed most, where Tim usually came through, but how much more dominant he truly could have been.
And he cared numbers, did he?
Not at all. He cared about one number, and that's putting W's on the board. But how many more things Tim Duncan would have led categorically in the history of the NBA at the power forward position, but overall, the numbers would have been staggering.
Second chance effort, and the layup is up and in.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
And Indiana shooting just 30% from the field here in the fourth. Outside Holiday. McDermott kicks to Paul. Young left side. Out left to the wing. Halt the run. Indiana again missing. For Milwaukee, they've gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. Here's Snell. Pass to Connaughton. Over AI. And it's Connaughton missing. The Pacers shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. Paul. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Here's Connaughton. He's guarded by AI. They get a hand on it. Stolen by AI. Holiday left side. Here's AI. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. 10 points for AI.
Once AI gets the ball in that painted area, he's just got a number of ways that he can go to cause damage.
Down low, here's Connaughton, and that one good. Connaughton's got 4 points in the quarter. And it's Indiana's ball. Their next game, playing at home, as the Nets come into town. That game is the first and last of their homestand. And Holiday kicks to Paul. tearaway warm-ups have long been a feature of the NBA. But last season, the new tearaway jerseys, they just kept ripping apart.
The old uniform malfunction, Kevin, last year. Yeah, maybe.
You even had a couple malfunctions, and that was odd.
Well, the tie? Bad tie?
Yeah.
I always have bad ties.
You know,
I think they're looking back at the material choices for what they're doing. So maybe there'll be some subtle changes into this year. But it was interesting. In the early part of last year, a lot of guys with a finger underneath the arm and pulling away a jersey and ripped away. So maybe the supplier will do something about the fabric this year.
Henson with the screen. Knocked loose. DiVincenzo, guarded by Holiday. Second shot opportunity. Foul on the play, basket counts, so it'll be a three-point play chance.
And guys, the offensive rebounding really has stood out here this half. All those second chance points are helping them maintain that lead.
Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Pat Connaughton.
Whether as a starter or a defensive asset off the bench, Henson's willing to play whatever role the team needs him to.
McDermott passes to O'Quinn. Now here's Joseph, guarded closely. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Chalk up two there.
Yeah, that's a great pass there. It takes great eyes and peripheral vision, but also some instinct and AI reading the floor that time.
Stolen by AI. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Paul's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
Passes it to Henson. DiVincenzo. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
2 shots, gentlemen.
One team owner proposed that we should abolish the draft and have free agency for rookies, maybe giving lesser teams a bigger pool of money to spend. Just some of the ideas that these teams are in the league is throwing out there.
Well, that's an interesting idea. The one that I heard about last summer was in Houston trying to flip-flop free agency and the draft so that all of a sudden what you can do is draft players after it is that you've made all your free agent acquisitions, so you could draft positionally. You know you're set up for your team next year. And the more I've thought about that, Kevin, coming into the season, the more I like it. So we'll see what kind of traction that gets.
Dellavedova kicks to Zeller. Pass to Snell. Now here's Zeller. O'Quinn defending. Just 3 to shoot. Snell from outside. The Pacers pull it in. Joseph, the pass to Paul. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Yeah, solid court awareness here. AI is dependable at realizing when a teammate of his has a clean look.
Now here is Dellavedova. He's guarded closely. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Paul. Now here is Dellavedova. He's guarded by AI. And the shot goes in.
Sometimes hard to figure out when Delly's going to shoot the floater or throw the lob. That time, he goes with the floater.
Paul dishes to O'Quinn. This is the second year with the sponsored patches on the jersey. Advertising, more or less. Have you gotten used to seeing those things?
Yeah, I think it was no problem last year.
They're small, they're unintrusive,
some
right?
teams did some really cool creative things with the color schemes, and I don't think we've seen the last of that, Kevin.
We see it in European games on their jerseys.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to recognize the number with how many advertisements are on the jerseys. But
billboard.
Yeah, I don't think we're done with it yet.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Bucks.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Well, the tone was set by him defensively tonight. Recorded a number of blocks, and that was a big difference maker, intimidating the other team.
And AI gets it to go.
You can see AI out there thinking a little bit, even running full speed, always aware of where he needs to be.
Now here is Dellavedova. He's guarded by AI. Now Dellavedova. 6 to shoot. There's the pick. DiVincenzo. No good on the 3. And here's Indiana. They're on a 14-6 run. And Joseph kicks to AI. From about 16, missed.
There's not a lot of guards in this league who like the nights that Matthew Dellavedova is going to match up across from them. Scrappy on that play.
And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight. All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brent Barry, great.